I'm going to give you 6 secrets of interesting people. Shh. Have you ever met somebody and you thought, wow, that person is really interesting? What were they like? Were they really loud and obnoxious? Were they soft-spoken? Did they talk more or did they listen more? Did they ask you questions about yourself? Or did they talk about themselves more? So think about these things as I give you the list. Number 1, characteristic of interesting people. Interesting people are mysterious. Have you ever had somebody say to you, "You're really mysterious," and you're like, okay. What they mean by that is that you're either not talking that much, and when you do speak, you speak very quietly. These things combined makes another person very mysterious. And by default, when you're mysterious, you are more interesting. Number 2, interesting people really don't talk about themselves that much. They talk about you, sports, politics, religion, vacations, family, hobbies. They talk about interesting things in general, but not so much in a context about themselves doing these things. Number 3, interesting people actually speak more in the form of a question, not a statement. And why do they do that? It engages the other side. So if in this video, I just kept telling you things, and I just kept saying, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is how you're supposed to do it, and I've done this, and this is how it works, and here's what we're gonna do, that's one way to do it. But if I say, would you like to know how to do this? Have you ever thought about this? Would you like to be more like this? Can you think of a time where? But what I'm doing is I'm asking you all these questions to engage you. Even though this is a video and I'm not sitting face to face with you, what it's doing to you is it is engaging your mind. And this is what we want in a conversation. This is what makes somebody interesting. Quick story for you. This guy calls one of his friends and he says, hey, I was at this great party last night. Good time, some really interesting people. His friend said, oh, really? So who was there? And he said, well, you know, this person and this person was there, but there's this one guy, super interesting. And his friend said, okay, well, what does he do? And he said, I don't know. And his friend said, well, where is he from? And the guy was like, I don't know. And he said, well, what did you guys talk about? And his friend said, me. The interesting guy just kept asking him questions about himself. So when the party was over, when they left, this guy left knowing nothing about the other guy, but he thought he was the most interesting person at the party. Now, let that sink in for a minute. Why would you think somebody is so interesting and you know nothing about them? Because they're asking you questions about yourself the entire time, which is allowing you to tell your story. It is allowing you to do what you don't get to do all day, which is talk about yourself. We as human beings, we want to talk about ourselves. But because life is so busy right now, we don't really get that chance so often unless you go to therapy or unless you have, you know, an amazing husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend that you can just talk about your day and have them really, really listen to you. Most people don't have that. So when you come across somebody that asks you questions about yourself and really listens to the answer, immediately you will be labeling that person, either subconsciously or consciously. You will label that person as interesting. So next time you're at a party or a gathering or an event and you want to make a good impression on somebody, just ask them questions about themselves. Don't be weird about it. Don't say like weird, don't come up with like weird questions off the bat. I mean, you got to ease into it, you know? Be normal-ish, but be interesting by asking questions. Let's move on. Okay, number 4. When interesting people do speak about themselves, so I'm not saying that interesting people, they never ever talk about themselves. No, they do. But when they speak about themselves, it's usually in the form of a story. It's usually something like, I've also been there, and I found that my experience in 1, 2, 3 was really great because the service was just amazing. I had this, they brought me this little special, whatever it is, chocolate pudding with a cat on top, and the cat was alive, so that was awkward, but very memorable. This is not a real story. Just trying to give you an example, and obviously a really good example. Take 5 seconds and just think about the last person that you thought was really interesting to you. What was it about them that made them really interesting? Did they talk about themselves? Did they ask you questions? Did they talk about themselves in the form of a story? Did they tell stories in general? Most of you will agree with what I'm saying, that you thought this person was interesting because of one of these secrets that I'm giving you. But it's not a secret. These are actually things you can learn to do, which will make you more interesting to other people, which will help you make friends. It will help you gain business contacts. It will help you set up meetings if that's what you're trying to do. It will help you close sales, because people don't want to buy from people that are not interesting, people that are boring, people that are going to waste their time and drag on. Don't do that. They want to buy from people that are interesting, exciting. They have something new to say. They're always asking questions. They're engaging. Be that person. So just apply one of these secrets that I'm giving you. The 5th secret is interesting people leave early. Now this can be face-to-face. This can be on the phone. In any scenario, an interesting person does not linger. And you know what I mean by that, right? So we all know there's this person, they're always around, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, oh, so that's this person that's always around is a bad thing. No, that's reliable. That's a different topic altogether. What I'm talking about is somebody that you don't really know, you want to make a good impression on them, you don't want to be lingering. You don't want to just sit there or be with them or talk to them endlessly. Because what that tells the other person, it tells them that you take up a lot of their time. You don't want to take up a lot of people's time. People don't want you to take up a lot of their time, right? So don't be that person. Leave early. Get off the phone quickly at a point where they are happy. Maybe you made them laugh. Maybe you guys shared something in common. And when you leave or you get off the phone, they should have this impression of you that, wow, this person is interesting, and I'm looking forward to speaking to them again. The 6th secret: interesting people are optimistic and open-minded. Can you think of 2 people that usually give you an answer like this? No, that's never gonna work. Wait, why are you even bothering doing that? That's ridiculous. What? We're not gonna go there. No, only losers go there. What? oh, you're gonna try to make YouTube videos? Good luck. You see where I'm going with this? That person is not somebody that you're gonna wanna continue talking to. So if you have a tendency to be negative, I'm sure if you're actually watching this video, you probably don't have that tendency, because people that watch my videos will want to be improving themselves, will want to be getting more out of life and their job and getting a higher income and earning more money and doing things better and smarter and faster. So I don't think that's you. But back to the point, interesting people are optimistic. There's somebody that when you speak to them, even if your idea is ridiculous, they're going to encourage you in some form. They will encourage you. So let's say you're pitching them a horrible idea. They might tell you that, listen, this idea, not the best I've ever heard, but I do love the fact that you are exploring new concepts. Okay, is that encouraging to you? Yeah, maybe not for that particular pitch or that particular idea, but is it encouraging to you to continue, maybe to develop a new idea, to expand on this idea? Is it encouraging in general? Yes. Is that the type of person that you would want to continue talking to? Yeah. Okay, so they're optimistic and open-minded. Open-minded meaning that they don't have hard and fast judgments, generally. 6 secrets to make you more interesting. Be mysterious. Don't talk about yourself so much. When you do speak in the form of a question. When you speak about yourself, tell stories. Leave early. Make sure you don't linger. Be optimistic. Be open-minded. I only have one request from you. Please comment on the one secret that you will start doing immediately. Just which one? Out of the 6, choose one and let me know which one it is. Okay, I'm gonna leave early.